Dead or alive, you're coming with me. I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1. Hey, what's a happening out there in YouTube land? Hey, I Love Food is here. Good to see you, I Love Food. Hmm. Romantics. Hey, Resolute Germ. How's it going? Yes, we're discussing the blockbuster or films, the greater films that came out in 1987. It was a very good year. Let's see. I bet you can't guess which one was the top grossing film of 1987. And oh, go. No, get. Why is there commercials? I hate commercials. Well, can anybody guess? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? No, it wasn't Ferris Bueller. But it starred one Murphy, Eddie Murphy. Remember that film? Beverly Hills Cop 2 was a top grossing picture. Number 2 was Platoon. And number 3, this is a movie that scared every single man in America. Fatal Attraction. Oh, yes. That poor bunny ended up as Stu. Was it bunny or was it a dog? I can't remember. Anyway, she was, what's her name? Played an evil lady in that one. Yeah, and that's the same year you had Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, and what's his name? Ted Danson in Three Men and a Baby. Yep, Three Men and a Baby. Oh, and there was the first uh, really popular cop buddy film, Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. So, yep, there's that one. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, The Predator, came out in that year. Anybody you guys remember? As of course, I was showing the clips earlier. The RoboCop came out in that year. You know, there were a lot of good hits from 1987. You know, too bad the film industry wasn't like it was in 1987 today in 2022. There was a lot of good films to be seen in 87. Today, there's not. Hey there, James, Movies and Comics Are Us. Good to see you. As always, yes, share the stream out. Hit that like button. You know, like when you hit that like button. I like to get likes, you know. Yes, we're way back better. Yeah, absolutely, games. Absolutely. Oh, what's this? Visit Sims. The 7-year decade seems to be the best. Uh, of any decade. Hmm. I wonder what you mean by that, Resolute Germ. Uh, anyway, there were some major blockbusters in 1987. 87 brought us, Robocop, Predator, Witches of Eastwick. All of you guys remember, if you guys like horror films, that's when Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, came out. You know that one's sci-fi, right? Dream Warriors, that was a good one. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Good to see you, sci-fi. Bush McFadden. 82 was another good year. Yeah. Yep. 82. Classes 82 was always good. I mean, in like arcade games and movies. Yeah. So what we took in 87. And you guys got to remember, Spaceballs came out in 1987. It's the 24th top grossing film of 1987. Blind Date with, moonlighting star. He stars in Die Hard. Yeah, Bruce Willis. It starred Bruce Willis and I can't think of her name. Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger. Yes, for Nightmare on Elm Street 3 sci-fi, Dokken had a featured song titled "The Dream Warriors." I guess you could probably say they wrote that song for that film. Came out in the same year. Had a kick-ass video, because it had the guitar that was made out of bones or resembled bones. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Inner space. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, came out in 1987. That was a good one. Summer School. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger's other classic, The Running Man. And we all know the Thanksgiving classic, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, came out in 1987. And Ennio Morricone did the music. Untouchables. Yeah, he's a great composer. That guy. He also scored one of my favorite horror movies, one of the best horror movies of all time, the John Carpenter's The Thing. What should I say? The Thing remake. Was it a remake? Was it a remake? Uh, it was based on the earlier 50s B movie, The Thing, but entirely two different films altogether. Yeah. Oh, Adventures of Babysitting came out in 1987. And another Eddie Murphy classic came out the same year was The Golden Child. Yes, The Golden Child. And we all can't forget Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket came out in 1987. Mm. Lost Boys came out in 1987. Can't Buy Me Love. Throw Mama from a Train. Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito threw Mama from a train. Oh my God. Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise came out 1987. Looks like Disney had some re-releases in 87. They re-released Cinderella. Eddie Murphy Raw came out in 1987. I remember that one all too well. Yeah, a lot of classics. Little Shop of Horrors, the remake, starring Bill Murray. What's his name? That was a great musical. I can't think of his name right now. Shit. What's that, sci-fi? You said Superman. I don't know about that one. I'm looking at a list. Hoosiers came out. Tin Men, that was a good one. I think that was Robin Williams and what's his name? Ooh, Raising Arizona. Uh, for those of you Ernest fans, Ernest Goes to Camp came out in 1987, and it was the 48th top grossing film of that year. Oh, God. One of the worst summer movies ever, Jaws the Revenge, came out in 1987. Critical Condition. I think that was a John Candy film. Disney family movie Benji the Hunted came out that year. This one starring Jim Belushi, The Principal, came out in 1987. Project X, starring Mr. Ferris Bueller himself off. Can't think of his name. The Big Easy. Some Kind of Wonderful. Wall Street. The first Wall Street movie came out in 1987. And then another Disney's re-release, The Aristocats, was re-released in 1987. Suspect. Oh, you guys got to remember this next one. Remember Cheech and Chong? Well, Cheech Marin had his own movie. He was born in East LA. That movie came out in 1987. Oh, God. Whoopi Goldberg and the Burglar. I think that movie was a Sylvester Stallone in Over the Top. Came out 1987. Ooh, this one was a good one. The Three Amigos came out in 1987. If anybody wants to join, yes, there's a StreamYard link. If anybody wants to join, I think Son of Red Shirt said he's going to be here in a bit. I'm looking for your Superman 4. I don't think. Oh, yeah, there it is. Number 73 on the list. The 73rd top grossing film of 1987 was Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. What a crappy movie that was. I mean, it was just lame and stupid. It was one of the worst of the Christopher Reeves Superman films. It was also the last one with Christopher Reeves, but uh, The Mission with um what's his name? What's his name? Is it, wow, getting old sucks. Sure to um uh he was in Raging Bull. Robert De Niro. The Mission with Robert De Niro. Flowers in the Attic. Radio Days. I don't know. I don't even know who was in that one. Oh God. Ooh, one of my favorite horror movies, Hellraiser, came out in 1987. What's that, sci-fi? It was better than. Oh yeah, yep, you're right. Master of the Universe came out in 1987. You want to know what the worst film of 87 was? That ranks the 78th top grossing film of 1987. And this movie is so horrible. I have never watched it. But Ishtar. Ugh. Yes, there's a list that I'm looking at. Ooh, Prince of John Carpenter's The Prince of Darkness came out. That was a good one. That starred our boy Alice Cooper. Well, he didn't star in it, but he had a cameo. Played one of the street bums. Creepshow 2 came out in 1987. And Steven Spielberg's animated classic, An American Tale. Another Vietnam film, Hamburger Hill, came out in 1987. I'll just share my list so you guys can see. Let me share my screen. Share my tab. Domestic box office from Box Office Mojo. This is the list that I'm looking off. The Gate, number 84. Oh, the pickup artist was good with Robert Downey Jr. Back to the Beach. Who the hell's in that? I don't think I have ever seen that film. Less Than Zero. Ooh, a Clint Eastwood classic. Right there, Heartbreak Ridge. Came out in 19. Fatal Beauty. Oh God. Something called Children of the Lesser God. The Hidden from the Hip. Overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, 1987. So they've remade it. Empire, that another Spielberg produced film. Produced and directed, maybe. Empire of the Sun. My Life as a Dog. Teen Wolf 2. Hey, Charlie. House 2, the second story. What? Oh, okay. I'll get it. Looks like I have a mess to go clean up. Damn it. The Mosquito Coast. Wanted, Dead or Alive, Made to Order, Dash with the 4, The Crackdown. Ooh, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn by Sam Raimi. Came out in 1987. Surrender? I don't remember something called Surrender. Let's see. No Mercy. Who's that girl? Hollywood Shuffle, River's Edge, Last Emperor. The Color Purple was 1987. Oh, Color Purple re-release was released. Must have came out the previous year. American Ninja 2. The Connection. Oh, that's a bad movie. Oh God. Leonard Part 6. That was Bill Cosby, I think. What a crappy movie. The Monster Squad came out in 1987. Wolfman's Got Nards. Hey, you two. 3 O'Clock High. Ooh, this was a good one, starring Bill Paxton. Near Dark. That was a good vampire flick. Malone with good old what's his name? Smokey and the Bandit. Prom Night 2. House of Gems. The Stepfather. That's another horror film. The Squeeze. Ruskies. Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. That one forgotten. China Girl. Return to Horror Eye. King Kong Lives. Hello, Keely Chow. Roll Tide, brother. Roll Tide. Just going over top grossing films in 1987. Campus Man. Chuck Berry's Run. I don't remember that one. Steel Dawn with Patrick Swayze was 1987. Ooh, that's a classic. Good Morning Vietnam came out in 1987, starring Robin Williams. Number of the Bullet. Oh, that's the end of my list. The Hanoi, Hilton Beyond Therapy, and Moonstruck with Cher. Something called Amazon Women on the Moon. The Good Father. $1 Million. I don't see any other good ones. I don't know. I didn't see the Princess Bride. Huh. Let me look. Okay. The Princess Bride. Let me see. What year did that come out? Princess Bride came out in 1987. Another good one. Good gem. Uh, Excuse me. I'll be right back. I have to go clean up a mess. I'll be back, folks. I'm back, folks. Well, to those who are watching, to those who is watching, well, I took care of that mess. This is what's wrong. There's no movies. There's no quality entertainment coming out today. So you have to refer back to older films, right? Because there's just nothing good coming out. Huh. Hello, folks. It's I. Not a recording, just a real person. Your old pal Jedi. In the house. In my folks' house. Had to go clean up a mess. My dog's getting old. Yeah, Bush 87 was good. Zutalo, hello. Anybody? Is there anybody out there? Just yell if you can hear me. Is there anyone at all? Let's see. Dun, 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 7 karaoke is at 7:30 p.m. Save changes. We'll see how that one goes. Yes, karaoke later. Wow, what is going on with the tube? What is everybody watching on the tube right now? Oh, that guy is on. Oh, yeah, that guy is on. And of course, that talks more, guess mine's irrelevant. Huh. Well, I hope you enjoyed the replay of this. This is, it's been fun. Been more better if it's more interactive. Hello. Hello out there. Who's out there? Who you be? Hello, LDG. Oh, hello, no. Hello, no one. Hello. Hello out there in YouTube land. What's going on? Now, turn off the avatar when nobody's looking. Nobody's watching. We'll just stay live until somebody wants to come join or see what happens. Well, let's see if I tweet out my own stream. Yeah, okay. Here's you know how you look at this stream, you see I've got 11 thumbs up and dislikes you can't see, but you click on that little button that says share. It's really simple, folks. You click on it and it gives you options. It gives you options. It could share to WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. That's how simple it is. And there's somebody in the basement. And we have son of a red shirt. Formerly, what?
Fashionably late.
Son of a red shirt.
Son of a red shirt.
Huh.
The fashionably late. Sorry, pal. I just got back from an absolutely exhausting journey to nothing more glamorous than our local pharmacy. And has anybody in the chat or you, Bill, ever had that experience where you show up to the pharmacy? We got a big chain pharmacy here called Shoppers Drug Mart. I don't know what the popular one is down by you, Rexall or whatever you're familiar with. But a big one of those, you go into the parking lot and you let some old lady take this parking spot ahead of you. Okay, fine. They take that. You go to the other end of the parking lot, park your car, come in. By the time you get there, the old biddy has hobbled her way to the door and she can't quite get it. Oh, here, miss, let me get that for you. Okay, you go in. You go start walking to the back counter. You stop because you see some deodorant that's on sale. Hey, yeah, I could use some of that. Great, I'll pick this up. You get to the pharmacy counter. Oh, she just beat you there. Oh, well. And wouldn't you know, she's got the most complex, fucking intricate order that apparently she's getting for she just reached old age today. And all this is brand new. She must have gone through 9 people lined up behind me. That's 10 people in line. Behind this woman, I have my parking spot and held the door open for her. F me. So let that be a lesson to you kids. Do not be nice to old people. It never pays off.
I'm sure sometimes it's got to pay off.
No, never. It never pays off. Don't ever be nice to old people. I don't care whatever money you think from whatever inheritance scheme you're running. No, it's not worth it. Trust me. They're your enemy. No, I'm teasing, of course. Well, Bill, I know I'm late. Sorry for intruding, but you're talking about the movies in 1987, and my God, there were so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Just at a guess, I'm going to say Predator was on that list. Maybe The Running Man.
Predator, Running Man. Yep. And you're right.
What other popular movies?
There was a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 that came out in 1987. Yep.
What else? I tell you what, because I got the chat up in the thing, I'm going to turn it off so I could bring up the IMDb page for 1987, because they had a couple options to choose from. I'm not shilling for IMDb, or I could just go to Google and type in top 25 movies in 1987. That works too.
Yeah.
But the list is impressive. The movies that came out that year: RoboCop,
Baby Boom, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yep, Spaceballs.
You can't remember. Spaceballs came out. Batteries not included.
Full Metal Jacket, The Princess Bride.
Yep, The Princess Bride.
The Untouchables, 2. Fatal Attraction.
Batteries not included.
Batteries not included. Go through the list and just here, I'm going to say off a movie and you say if you've seen it or not. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And anybody in the chat, you want to chime in, feel free. Just put a yes or a no. And if it's a no, give the movie title too. Okay, first movie and going down. I'm not going to number them, but there are 25.
Mm-hmm.
Full Metal Jacket.
Of course. It's a classic.
Predator.
Yep.
RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
The Princess Bride.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
The Untouchables.
Yep. Untouchables.
Sorry, if you wanted to make comment about these movies, if any of them are special to you, I just wanted to say the overwhelming majority, I know what the answer is going to be, but just for shits and giggles.
I was saying, I'd buy that for $1.
Okay, no, if you're going to do your favorite quotes from the movie, no. We'll save that for later.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
The Untouchables. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Fatal Attraction. Look at my pussy. Beverly Hills Cop 2. The Lost Boys. Let me suck your Dirty Dancing. Come over here, you young whore. Wall Street. Money, 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 money. Raising Arizona. I got stuck in an Ethan Coen film. A Joel and Ethan Coen. That was a good film, Raising Arizona.
No,
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, being serious for a second, just continue with the list. Fatal Attraction, yes. You've seen it, Bill?
Yep.
You're honest?
That's a movie that scared every single man in America. That poor bunny rabbit. You winded up as beef stew.
You know what? I blank on that. I just remember the very famous Sharon Stone showing her, you know what?
Wait.
Scene.
Wait. No, the Fatal Attraction, that wasn't Fatal Attraction. You're thinking of the Sharon Stone movie. That was a
Oh shit!
movie.
No, I am.
Yeah.
I don't have my fucking glasses. The posters I'm looking for these things are tiny, but you're absolutely right. Fatal Attraction. That was Oh, who was it was
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close and Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
And who was the who was the wife in that? She was a name actress too. I don't remember. Glenn Close was the crazy one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Fatal Attraction, Beverly Hills Cop 2, The Lost Boys. I know you've seen these movies because we talked about them. You had a Lost Boys viewing night, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Dancing. A minute, Bill. Have you seen it? Yes or no?
Of course I have.
Now I have the time of... I'll spare you. Wall Street, Raising Arizona, Spaceballs. Of course, I know there's another one you've got to watch.
One of the worst films of the 1987 was Ishtar.
Ishtar. Okay, we'll go into the list of the duds in a second, but like all these in my mind were hits. Every single one on this list I've seen at one point or another. Good Morning Vietnam. Yes, of course. Empire of the Sun. That's the Steven Spielberg. That was what's his name's first movie. Batman. Christian Bale. Empire of the Sun.
Yeah.
He was like 10 years old when he made it.
Yeah.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
Classic. Those aren't pillows. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Planes, Trains. Yes, that was a classic Thanksgiving film.
Oh yeah. Oh, my all-time favorite.
Malone.
No Way Out.
Malone with Burt Reynolds.
Malone with Burt Reynolds. Okay, there you go. No Way Out. Have you seen that? Kevin Costner and
yes.
What's her name? Sean Young.
Yeah.
Roxanne, Steve Martin, and Daryl Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Broadcast News, William Hurt film that did very well. It was it was an ensemble film too. Who the fuck else was in Broadcast News? Was most acclaimed film in 1987. The only one to appear at least half of all films critics' 10 best lists.
I think
but I can't get the cast list.
Weaver? Was Sigourney? No, that was
Sigourney Weaver, Brooks, Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks, yeah.
Albert Brooks. I can't fucking see the poster. It's tiny. One and large. Okay. There we go. Can't make out the woman, though. That's all pixelated. Fuck my lack of technology. Now, how do I go back? Okay. It was directed and produced by James L. Brooks, who that guy's his list of hits from The Simpsons to Mary Tyler Moore, the films he's done. It's fucking really, you should do a James L. Brooks night one night. You'd be amazed at what he's done. The Last Emperor, The Witches of Eastwick, Angel Heart. Oh, I remember Angel Heart too. That was a good Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro. Ba 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 la bamba.
La Bamba, yeah.
The Living Daylights. Timothy Dalton's first of two cracks at James Bond.
The Living.
You didn't like the Daylight.
Okay.
Daylight.
Yeah, no, that I was when you said Living Daylights, my mind went to thinking the Year of Living Dangerously, which was Mel Gibson.
Oh no, that's not a bad
horrible.
movie. The Year of Living Dangerously.
Yeah,
Mel Gibson, Sigourney Weaver, Helen. What's her name? Linda Hunt won the.
Linda Hunt.
No, Linda Hunt won the Oscar for her portrayal of that Filipino guy. Like she totally went transgendered. She fucking pulled off an amazing bit of acting there. And one of Mel Gibson's best performances. Go see that movie again. Give it another shot. Maybe you were really young when you saw it or something, and it kind of went over your head. And there's no shame in that. There's plenty of movies I saw when I was young that I thought were fucking trash, or they didn't really make sense to me, or I couldn't
get. I see it with my parents because the previews made me want to go see it, but when we saw it, we thought it was just horrible. My parents seemed to agree, but you know.
Well, yeah, they're a bit older, right? They got the storyline behind it, the whole Pol Pot, what was going on in Cambodia and Vietnam and shit at the time. Like, go back at it and look at it with new eyes now. It's one of those movies I think you'll.
The Riskies came out. Riskies. That was a good one.
Riskies? I don't know.
Riskies.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
Top box office: Platoon, Beverly Hills Cop. Let me see. Top of his best movies. Domestic box office. That's Box Office Mojo. I don't want to go there. No, not 98. 87. Oh, sorry. I just realized you got a page open too.
Yeah.
Keely Chow's Sci-Fi Nation, Boost McFadden, our old buddy I Love Food, Games, Movies, Comics Are Us. You had a lot of people drop by.
Yeah.
I can't because I don't have the YouTube open. My ability to look at shit on StreamYards is severely limited. I can bring up what you're looking at there. Top highest grossing movies in 1987. I was looking at popular 1987 sci-fi movies. I mentioned The Running Man, Cherry 2000, Inner Space, Batteries Not Included, Steel Dawn.
Dawn,
right.
Patrick Swayze.
G.I. Joe the movie, the original animated.
Yeah.
It was the year of Star Trek: The Next Generation debuted. I know it's not a movie.
Not Star Trek Generation. Oh, yeah, but Star Trek 4:
The Next Generation.
Home came out 1987.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to. There's so many different lists of movies, and it depends where you go to. Like it says best movies or top 100 movies in top 100 movies in 1987.
Yeah.
From sources across the web. So this is like a scattering of different. They're not showing me the whole 100 either. I don't know what the problem is.
We can't forget this one starring Steve Guttenberg, Tom Selleck, and Ted Danson. And a little girl. 3 Men and a Baby.
3 Men and a Baby. Yeah. Why don't you bring up some pictures for this as you're doing it, buddy? Give them something better to look at than our charming. Give them some eye candy. If you can get the movie posters too, that's not too bad. Top 100 movies 1987 from Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, I wonder what they're.
There's Stakeout. There we go. Yeah.
Top grossing movies in 1987.
Dragnet. I forgot to share. Dragnet. Right there. 1987. Another Stakeout. That one was a good one.
Wow. I'm looking at the top 100 grossing movies. It actually goes beyond that.
Wow. Yeah, I know. But
Let's see how far this. 250. 250 movies. Sweet Country was number 250. It grossed $6,114 in the theater. I'll just name some popular ones you might have heard going up. Iron Warrior at 248, Cherry 2000 at 245, Zombie High at 244, Apocalypse Now. What? That must be a re-release or something.
Yeah, there were a lot of re-releases.
But I can't believe it only made 97,000.
Disney did a whole bunch. They released like Cinderella and a whole bunch of animated films that year.
Right.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Amazon Women on the Moon, 209. Steel Dawn, 207. Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll, 204. The Barbarians, 200. Real Men, 197. Barfly, 196. China Girl, 192. 84 Charing Cross Road, I've seen that. Swimming to Cambodia, Weeds. I've heard The Mermaid Sing. I've heard of that film, but I've never seen it. Mate One. Room with a View. Peggy Sue Got Married. 162. Wow. Hope and Glory. Meatballs 3, 156. Sid and Nancy, 155. Sid and Nancy was a good movie.
Wait, I didn't even know they made a Meatballs 3. I never heard
of
it
you didn't?
until now. No.
Oh, yeah.
That one totally passed me by.
The Care Bears Adventure in Something, 161. Good Morning Vietnam, 152. Oh, wow, I would have thought Good Morning Vietnam would have rated higher.
Yeah, I know. That was such a great film.
Wait a second. What the fuck am I reading? It says top grossing movies. Then I got Top Gun at 149. Top Gun came out in 1986. Could this be what it made left over in 1987? I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. Heat is on there too, and that came out in 86, I believe. So yeah, they've got movies that passed that year mark and they ran for a couple of months. That's what they made in those few months. Malone is on that list. May 1st, 1987. Yeah, okay, I can see. Yeah, May 16, 19. They got the release dates here. So.
Wolfman's got nards.
Moonstruck. Moonstruck at 140. King Kong Lives at 141. The Monster Squad.
Yeah. Wolfman's got nards.
Wolfman's got nards. Where are you reading that? Is that the name of a movie?
No, that's a quote from the movie.
Oh. From which movie?
From Monster Squad.
Evil Dead 2 came in at 117.
Oh, that's a classic. Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn.
Witchboard, you might remember, Bill. What's that? Which horror slasher type film, I believe. Heartbreak Ridge. I saw that in the theater. 108. Great Clint Eastwood. That still was making money, even though it came out. Well, it came out December 5th, 1986. So yeah, that makes sense. It would have made most of its money in 1987. If it ran. Children of the Lesser God, again. Three Amigos. These movies, they came out in 86, but they carried over. House 2, The Second Story, Brighton Beach Memoirs, Teen Wolf 2, Crimes of the Heart, Last Emperor, all in 90s to 104. Someone to Watch Over Me, Disorderlies, Mosquito Coast, came out in 86, but still carried over. What's that? What's his name's last movie?
Which one?
Hamburger Hill. Mosquito Coast. What's his Phoenix? Joaquin River Phoenix.
No, I think that one was something called Love. Something called Love. The little something.
Okay.
Some country film where he played that one.
All right, I'll take your word for it. But looking further, Hamburger Hill. The Pickup Artist, 79, 80, Flowers in the Attic. I remember in the early 80s, I dated a couple of different girls, and they were both heavily into the Flowers in the Attic series. It just, it drove me nuts. It was something like All Chicks Red in the early 80s. Creepshow 2, 77, Prince of Darkness. Was that John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness?
Yep. No. And cameoed Alice Cooper as an evil bum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ishtar was 74. Ishtar beat Prince of Darkness, sadly. The Aristocats, I think that was probably a re-release.
Charles Bronson, Death Wish 4.
Okay.
Came out in 87. So yeah, Sci-Fi Nation was saying Superman 4, The Quest for Peace was the last film that starred Christopher Reeves as Superman. It was also a pretty lame film.
Yeah, I was just getting to Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. And you know what? I get it. It is a bad movie. I would love to see a re-release director's cut, because I'm convinced there is more footage they left. Christopher Reeve got really kind of screwed on that movie. And that a lot of that had to do with the Salkinds, and because they really milked it dry. And they took all the money out of special effects. The special effects in Superman 4 were just horrible. Yeah, you know that, what's that channel? Oh crap, it's right on the tip of my tongue. They're the guys that they're video effects artists, and sometimes they do things like, we redid the Star Wars trench run in a day or something, and they show off what kind of great video effects they do.
Mythbusters?
No, but they're a little like Mythbusters, but they're a young group of guys. They work out of their studio in LA. And they've got a YouTube channel. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can see their videos right now, and all their videos are great quality. They're highly, highly skilled Hollywood VFX artists. That's what they do. And there are different guys there that specialize in different things. And sometimes they're given tasks. They'll get like audience to write in and say, redo this scene or do something like this. They go, okay. I would love to see them take a crack at both Star Trek 5 and Superman 4 and throw their weight. They're really, because the shit they can do in a day will knock you out. Like, they redid the Star Wars trench run in a day, these guys, just to show you how fast they can work in the level that they bring to it. And there were some parts that were even, a little more intense and cooler because they got better technology, right? And they were very, upfront saying, we're not in any way trying to disrespect the guys that they invented this thing. We're just showing how far in 50 years it's all come.
Low specs Linux laptop. Yes, 87 was a great year for film.
Absolutely dead on low specs. You know it. We were just talking about all the different movies. We're running down a list of the, now we're into the top 100 grossing movies of the year. We're just 72 is Superman 4 Hellraiser.
Yes,
the original. 71. I'm surprised because Little Shop of Horrors beat it at 69.
I know. Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, Rick Moranis.
Yep.
Big cast. Bill
Yeah,
Murray.
yeah, huge cast. That's the kind of thing though
Great
that had
musical,
legs.
you know,
It
yeah.
Hellraiser 2 had legs, definitely. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. And it went on video sales. A lot of these films we're talking about too. Remember, this is 1987. Like, I wasn't 20 yet at this time, so looking at a lot of these movies, a lot of them I saw later on video.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see every one in the theater. I know that for sure. But coming down the list, Benji the Haunted lost to Jaws for the Revenge. Benji
Which was
versus
a
Jaws.
horrible movie.
Absolutely tragically bad.
Benji the Hunted was a better film, and Jaws 4. You had starred Michael Caine.
No. Oh wait, was Jaws 4 the Michael Caine one, or was that Jaws 3?
No, that was Michael Caine in Jaws 4.
I thought Jaws. Oh, okay. Jaws 3 was 3D, right?
Yeah.
Jaws 3 is 3D.
Quaid. With Dennis Quaid. Okay. Yeah, no, Jaws for the Revenge is a horrible movie, but it's a gloriously horrible movie. Mm-hmm. It is. Michael Caine actually went on that, like, at least at the time of this, and that was maybe 20 years ago, he said he never saw the film. Like he kind of got roped into it as a favor, and boom, he did it. Mm-hmm. Well, what the hell? He needed money. He said it went to, buying a pool or something. So I don't know. But going down the list, Empire of the Sun at 64, Angel Heart, the Mickey Rourke movie we talked about before at 63, Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren. Angel Heart had Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, Mickey Rourke, great film. A real kind of, well, maybe not great film, but it did have a certain mystique to it. I found it very enjoyable. Dark film. But Robert De Niro, again, I don't want to give anything away. If you haven't seen it, I do believe it's worth a watch. It's Mickey Rourke when he was still, young and beautiful. And before the booze really got to him, and boxing, sadly. Masters of the Universe, Dolph Lundgren in his prime. It's a very enjoyable movie. You know what? It's not, if you were a huge Masters of the Universe fan, you aren't going to like it. But if you weren't, if you got, a sense of humor, give it a try. Born in East LA, Cheech and Chong. Cheech without Chong,
Cheech
rather.
Marin. Yeah, Cheech Marin.
Yeah. The Big Easy, Dennis Quaid. Project X. Was that Matthew Modine? Project X? Unfortunately, when I tap on these.
Not Matthew Modine. It was, what's his name?
Matthew Broderick?
Matthew Broderick, yeah.
Okay. Shit, I tapped on it and now it's taking me there. How do I get out of this page?
Madonna.
Project, okay.
And Who's That Girl?
We got to get on the same page. What number are you at?
Huh?
Are you on the numbers, top grossing movies in 1987? You're saying movies that are just like, they're not jiving with what I'm looking at. I don't even see them on the same page. But, okay, it doesn't matter. Or just pick movies at random. That's cool. Inner Space was 1953 with 19 million.
This spot IMDb Pro.
Yeah. I went to the numbers.
This is world box office here for 87.
Yeah. Well, I got top grossing movies in 1987. 1987 grossed and tickets sold individually. They don't go that far. But anyway, the Overboard, we've seen that. Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn.
Mm-hmm.
That brought in 19 and a quarter. Inner Space at 53. Critical Condition. Comedy Hoosiers, Gene Hackman. That was a really good movie. Raising Arizona. Revenge of the Nerds 2.
Yeah, Nerds in Paradise.
Yeah. 49. Ernest Goes to Camp. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Boom. Batteries Not Included. Not my favorite science fiction movie, but I know a lot of people got a real affection for that. You remember that? Those tiny little flying saucers that came down to Earth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts, the Barbra Streisand film.
Something keeps happening to your audio.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody keeps trying to call me and they're not getting the message that I keep hitting decline, but they keep calling back and calling back. Let me see. Broadcast news. We talked about Black Widow. This, I believe, was the Teresa Russell, Deborah Winger film. Wasn't this about a woman that kills her mates, sort of thing, if I'm recalling? The Golden Child, Eddie Murphy. Wow, 41. Eddie Murphy was on the decline in the late 80s, it looks like, with 25 million.
87, he had Beverly Hills Cop 2, Golden Child, and Raw, all 1987.
Okay, well, I think maybe Beverly Hills Cop 2, there was Eddie Murphy fatigue. Because Raw, while that's hard to, that could contribute to Eddie Murphy fatigue. That was all stand-up. It wasn't a straight movie.
Yeah.
But The Golden Child, I remember seeing that in theaters. Tin Men.
Great movie, yeah. Tin Men, yeah.
Tin Men with John Cusack and shit.
But no, it's not John Cusack, wasn't it? Oh, damn it. Now I gotta look who's in it.
Yeah.
It was
Tin Men. That sounds familiar. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought John Cusack was in a film in the 80s called Tin Men. Let me see. Tin Men.
Damn it.
Looking at films like that doesn't work when
I'm searching for it now.
Comedy cast.
Richard Dreyfuss, Danny DeVito.
Okay.
It's where they were car salesmen. Yeah, Tin Men.
Well, I know Tin Men is slang for car salesman. My father sold cars a lot. He owned auto body shops. But I mistook it for a John Cusack movie. I wonder what the movie was. Is John Cusack in the Billy Bob Thornton?
Barbara Hershey.
Because now that's going to bother me.
Tin Men started Richard Dreyfuss, Danny DeVito, Barbara Hershey, John Mahoney, Jackie Gailey, Stanley Brooke, Seymour Cecil, Bruno Kirby, and many more. I think we lost Red Shirt. Are you there?
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Yeah, hey. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Midnight's Edge After Dark. Good to see you.
Yeah, Midnight's Edge After Dark. You're right. He was a god at Paramount for a number of years. As a matter of fact, they tried to call him, or rather, the people at Star Trek. I'm telling this guy. I'm sure he knows. They wanted him for what was it? One of the Star Trek movies. But he turned it down. He was interested though. Eddie Murphy was interested. So was Tom Cruise at one point.
Midnight's Edge brings up Pushing 10. That's where they were air traffic controllers.
Yeah. Pushing 10 in 99. Yeah. That's the one I was mistook Tin Men for.
Yeah. Star Trek 4. Voyage
Star Trek 4, we were getting to that on the list. We were doing the top 100 or so grossing films. Mm-hmm. And we were at 40 with Tin Men. 39 was Star Trek The Voyage Home. Midnight's Edge, or Psychic. Or you're reading from the same list, brother. I don't know. That pulled in, 25 million grossed locally, it looks like. Which I'm a little surprised, because that one, I remember I went to go see that with people in my school. My class, the teachers I had were total hippies. I went to this alternative high school, and we had like a movie night where we all went to go see Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home, and having to listen to them talk about, when I was in school and college, I used to watch Star Trek all the time. Shut the fuck up, you sellout. Okay, Police Academy 4. Police Academy 4 beat Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home. That is...
Wow. Yeah.
Kind of shocking. 28 million. Wow. Harry and the Hendersons, that was quite popular. The Princess Bride at 36. Lovely film. Who doesn't love The Princess Bride? Lost Boys, 34. Wall Street, 33. Adventures in Babysitting. I had such a crush on Elizabeth Shue when I was a teenager. She could do no wrong. I think I saw that a couple of times in the theater. No Way Out at 29. 28 was The Running Man, Schwarzenegger bringing in 36 plus. Eddie Murphy, Raw, 38 plus. Mannequin. I saw that. That was
Mannequin with the
with the star of the future star of Star Trek 6. What's her name? The chick that was the bitch in Sex
she
and the
was in
City.
Sex in the City, yeah.
Yeah, the Canuck. Cattrall. Kim Cattrall.
Kim Control, yeah.
Kim Cattrall. Oh, man. I
She
totally would
she's
have done
also
Kim Cattrall.
you remember her from Porky's. Why do they call her Lassie? Remember? The best
Porky's.
one.
What do they call Lassie? Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember that from Porky's?
Yeah, Bailey. That's really going back. Wow. Porky's. Haven't thought of that movie in years. But yeah, good on you, Bill. Spaceballs. 24, 23. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Roxanne. 2 in a row for Steve Martin there. Blind Date. Wasn't that Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger?
Kim Basinger, yep.
Yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. 20. Now we're into the top 20, kids. Full Metal Jacket, number 19, looking at 45 million.
Stanley Kubrick
plus. Yeah. Stanley Kubrick's
that's got
fantastic.
Matthew Modine.
Yeah. People write it off as a lesser of his anti-war films. Looking back at Stanley Kubrick with a film as poignant and heavy as the Kirk Douglas, Adolphe Menjou, George Meeker, right at the tip of my tongue. What was that film for 1957? Bill, help me. Kirk Douglas film. He did after Spartacus.
After Spartacus.
Yeah. Oh, God, help me. Black and white, French. He was a French colonel in order to push his men into just German machine gun emplacements left, right, and center.
Guns in the Navarone? Was it?
Not Guns of Navarone, Billy. Yeah. This was on the French front.
I'm lost.
Oh boy, this is embarrassing. Stanley Kubrick. Oh jeez, man. I'll get back to that in a second. Hang on a sec.
Pass of Glory says Midnight.
Pass of Glory, yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Okay, I got it, Bill.
Yep.
Bill, I'm sorry. I got to bow out for a couple of minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. There's so many great films. I don't know if I've seen Pass of Glory. I probably have, but I don't remember it. I'm gonna have to revisit that one. Let's see. Well, of course, we mentioned Throw Mama from Dream, Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito. Came out. Outrageous Fortune. That is Bette Midler. Who else is in that? Looks like there were some re-releases that year too. Snow White got released. Wall Street with Charlie Sheen, Martin Sheen. Yeah, that was a good one. Wall Street grossed worldwide 43,848,000. Roxanne with Bill Murray and Dara Hannah.
Daryl Hannah. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. My neighbor had called me up earlier, and a family friend had dropped off some butter tarts. He said they're too sweet for him. Would I like them? I said, sure. And he came knocking on my door, but like, he's in his early 80s and he kind of had to hobble over. And I felt bad, saying, okay, thanks so much. Now get out of here. Oh, I thought no, we'll talk later. Go the fuck away. I got a friend on the phone. I'm sorry. This is abuse your elders in favor of your friends on YouTube Day.
Like Father, Like Son, starring Dudley Moore and what's
Paths of Glory, Midnight's Edge After Dark. I'm sorry, I just walked away as you were answering. Hats off to you, buddy. You know your Kubrick, it looks like, or possibly your Kirk Douglas movies.
He knows movies. Tom's great at everything.
Is he? Bit of a movie buff. Yeah, love it. No, I've seen his stuff before. He's I didn't know if he was into older films or not, though. I know he loves the science fiction films of today.
Thank you,
which is
Kirk
fantastic.
Cameron. Kirk Cameron, Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron in Father Like Son, where they have a mind transference thing. Dudley Moore's a doctor.
Right.
And they they I forget what it was. They have some.
Dudley Moore was an interesting cat. He had a quite the career before he was caught on in America. Him and the British comedian, what's his name, Peter Cook, they've got a bunch of albums out, like actual records of their comedy and stuff. Because remember, this is kind of predates, recording and stuff. They got their nightclub stuff. They toured the States. They were on Saturday Night Live together as one of the earliest hosts. I think the first time they had like a duo host. Peter Cook and him. Yeah, it's hard to find their stuff, but he goes back. And anybody remember 10 with Bo Derek?
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't love that movie? Any chance to chat about Derek? Now I'm stuck in the 80s, so.
Yeah.
But back on the list, like I said, I think we left off at around 19 with Blake Edwards. Yeah, Blake Edwards, great director. You know what I watched recently? Not to get too far off topic, but you brought up Blake Edwards. Victor Victoria. I forgot how good this movie is. Yeah, I know the subject matter is not for everyone, but it's Julie Andrews. And man, this chick could sing. She really could. She had a magnificent voice. I know everybody's got Mary Poppins on the brain, and yeah, she did have a cute singy voice, but she was also a pretty savvy chick and a pretty sexual too. Her in the movie following Victor Victoria, S.O.B. Blake Edwards Sob, which was kind of a slap in the face of movie taking the swing at the movie industry with William Holden and oh no, I think that was before. Sorry, S.O.B. predates Victor Victoria. Anyway, James Gardner in Victor Victoria, Alex Carreras. I might be mispronouncing his last name, but people remember him from Webster. Was the dad in Webster, and the legendary Robert Preston. Robert Preston from The Music Man, but sci-fi fans remember him from help me out here, Bill, The Last Starfighter. Was that the one he was in? Robert Preston?
No, Deej.
Yeah.
No, Deej. I did not mention Holly does Hollywood. No. We're doing biggest films of 1987 or blockbusters 19 or just.
That's right. Until I deranged it into derailed it into a talk about Blake Edwards and his wife Julie Andrews doing some great movies too. I can't remember what year Victor Victoria came out. It was the early 80s, maybe. Yeah. Early 80s. But if you get a chance, folks, see it again. She's fantastic. James Gardner's fantastic. The whole storyline, it holds up to this day. Some fantastic performances throughout. And Robert Preston brings down the house with the final number. He really does. He gets in full drag and goes out on stage, but it's fucking hilarious.
Well, thanks for your input, Teach.
Deej, I love that guy.
Yeah.
I regret I wasn't around I got some medical stuff going on, Billy, but he just did his 48-hour Odyssey.
Yep.
I can only drop in and say hello a couple of times, but that's a lot of fun. He really marathons that out. I know he's an inspiration to you when you did your 3-day long sojourn into madness.
Oh,
what was that over the New Year's?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop doing that to yourself.
60 hours. It was 60 hours.
That's insane, Bill. No, stop it. I won't let you do that again. But getting back to the list, because we're getting past number 19, Stanley Kubrick's fantastic Full Metal Jacket. Crocodile Dundee. Love that movie. That's the original.
Which was a
45 million
from 86, I believe.
It's funny you mentioned that, Bill. It happens to be, but it was raking it in.
Yeah.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the re-release. I remember that. 46 million. The Living Daylights, the Timothy Dalton's first of 2 shots at Bond, which was sad. I think he deserved a little better respect. He wasn't as bad as everybody thought. I think his stuff still holds up. Fight me. I thought he was the most SAS, like the most commando looking of all the Bonds. Like he could have gone to SAS training school.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Christmas 86. Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat.
No, it's fine.
Outrageous Fortune. Oh shit. Yeah, was that the chick from Cheers? No, that was Bette Midler.
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler. Right. Outrageous Fortune. RoboCop at 14. Orion Pictures. That was a huge hit for Orion Pictures. La Bamba 13. Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing made 55 million. Wow. Dragnet. That did surprisingly well. They're number 11. 57. Now the top 10. This is surprising. Number 10. Predator. 59,735,000. Number 9, Witches of Eastwick, 63,749,000. Number 8, Lethal Weapon, 65,192,000. 7, this blows me away. Stakeout. Does anybody remember Stakeout?
Yeah.
Was that the Emilio Estevez?
Emilio Estevez and Richard Dreyfuss. Yep.
And Richard Dreyfuss, $65 million, beat Predator.
Yeah.
The Secret of My Success at number 6. Was that the what's his name?
Michael J. Fox.
Canadian Michael J. Fox, right.
Yeah.
66,995,000. The Untouchables at number 5. Yeah. I remember that one being that was everywhere at the time. 76 million. That got a lot of Academy Award considerations. I think the Academy Award even modeled their theme that year after The Untouchables. 3 Men and a Baby, a solid hit for our good Mr. Spock.
Yeah.
$87,689,221. Number 3, Platoon. Platoon handed Full Metal Jacket its ass with 137,550,000. Now I say that, but Full Metal Jacket, when you look at the two movies
I got to read Deja's statement here again. Good morning, Vietnam, with Robin Williams and Forrest Whitaker. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're in the top 2. The top 2. Bill, do you want to take a guess at what one of the top 2 movies for top grossing movies? I'm not talking about personal taste or what won the most awards. Top grossing movies of 1987. What is number 2?
What is number 2?
Oh, Midnight's Edge. I'm jealous. Platoon in 4K. I saw that in the theaters. Actually, I think I saw it twice. I was a bit of a gung-ho fucking teenager. And that Full Metal Jacket, I definitely would have checked out twice. Loved war movies.
Was it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? No.
No, Bill, you picked a movie that was all the way down at like what, fucking 40 something? Jesus. Let me Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction was the
movie
number
that
2
killed
movie
every single man in America.
with 137,550,694 dollars. Now they don't say if this is adjusted or not, so it just says movies to domestic box office. It's another index with the total for like worldwide. We're just going with domestic.
Yeah.
The number 1 movie for 1987. Can you guess what it is? I'm just burning.
That was
I'm just burning, doing the neutron dance.
That was
I'm not doing the Pointer Sisters. Sorry, Deegs, Princess Bride. That was
no.
Let's go down the list. It was
Beverly Hills Cop, right?
Thank you for playing, Bill. The correct answer, Midnight's Edge After Dark, provides us with Beverly Hills Cop 2. Oh, that's what you meant. Well, we meant to give you the prize, but we're giving it to the person with the correct answer. Wah, wah. So take that. Now, out of this list, which, you know, movies like Star Trek 4, 39, that was a surprise. I really thought Star Trek 4 had a bigger resonance with people. Sci-Fi Nation, get your warnings away from me. Sorry, boys. I was just scrolling down the list here. There were some great movies. Definitely. There was some duds that came out too. But you know what? 1987 can't argue it. A very solid year. You know, going from, what was the last one of these you did, Bill? 1984? The last special you did on
80
films.
It was 86. Films of 86.
Oh, are you doing it year by year? Okay, good man.
Well,
yeah, this was a standout year even in that decade. The 80s was a fantastic decade.
Dead 2 was Rob. Dead by Dawn. Classic.
Oh, what a memory on Midnight's Edge. Although Neutron Dance was in the first film, the second film started with Shakedown. Way to go. Good memory. But I could lie and say I didn't think Bill would get the Shakedown reference, but no, that totally went over my head too. Star Trek 3 was a letdown, so Star Trek 4 bared the wrath of that. But Star Trek 4 was a huge video hit, probably the biggest of the bunch. Yeah, I don't have any numbers or anything to back that up, but that certainly has a truthiness.
Double dumbass on you. Quotes from the film.
And it's sad Star Trek 3 was a letdown because I think that's one of the Star Trek films that, looking back over time, it's gained a lot of respect back, and rightly so. It introduced us really to what we know the Klingons to truly be. The Klingons that I think it's safe to say we all love. Christopher Lloyd brought just a fantastic presence to the role of shit. I'm talking him up now. I can't even remember his character's name. Not Core. Billy, you're not a big Star Trek fan, so I can't get help from you. But what we see the Klingons, it is the Bird of Prey. That was the first time we saw the Bird of Prey.
Yes, that was the Bird of Prey ship.
It killed the Enterprise. It's the movie that killed the Enterprise. My God, I wept. I openly wept in the theater.
Yeah, they had
no problem with that. I'm masculine enough to admit that. Midnight's Edge brings up the point that, in retrospect, it's a very good film, but at the time, we have to remember that it came off of Wrath of Khan. Yes, I do. I hear what you're saying. It was such a high. It was kind of like the Return of the Jedi. To me, Return of the Jedi never quite reached what Empire did. So when you're looking at it as a trilogy, yeah, it wasn't as strong, but there's no shame in that. But yeah, it got a lot of hate. It fell into that also that convenient rationale. Tom, you're old enough to remember when it used to be that all the odd number Star Trek films are bad, all the even number ones are good. Well, that thankfully is a thing of the past. But I remember that, and that's frustrating trying to talk to anybody about Star Trek, or, Star Trek 3 would come on the TV and say, hey, let's watch. No. It's a uneven numbered one. I don't want to watch that. Very frustrating. Bill, I know you got most of your Star Trek through the TV, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Deej.
Do you ever remember hearing that all the Star Trek, the uneven
says.
Number movies are bad?
Expendable.
I'm a red shirt.
Oh, you're a red shirt.
Anyway, yes, I do remember that all the even numbers were the ones that didn't suck, except I will point out the fact that Star Trek 6 is a lie.
Come again?
Star Trek 6
Star Trek 6 is a lie? L-I-E?
Yes.
Why a lie, oh me, oh my?
All right, just for the basic fact that Kirk and the Enterprise would not have the equipment to make the torpedo that would have went after the cloaked firing bird of prey. In fact, it would have been Excelsior, because they were specifically out cataloging gaseous anomalies. They had the equipment, not Enterprise.
Okay, with respect, Deej, you can't tell me you've memorized the inventory of what the NCC 1701A was carrying out on their last mission or group of last missions. Whether or not Spock, and remember, we're talking about Spock making it up on the fly. The only guy with more cred in my books would have been Scotty. But no, it was Spock and McCoy as a nice little get those two together one last time.
And now I'm being called a nerd. But it's fact. It should have been Excelsior. They had the equipment specifically to go out and do that. Kirk never said
Okay,
they
yeah,
were
I'm not arguing they were equipped for that, had that idea occurred to them. And it's kind of a smack in the face of Captain Sulu that it didn't occur to them to try to chart the emissions of the bird of prey. It was Uhura, if I'm remembering correctly, that came up with that strategy as a great way to, give Uhura a nice send-off for what they all thought were the last movie. Give her a contribution that really saved the day.
Nothing will be better than Star Trek 5.
Well,
wait,
Star Trek 5, that came up a little while ago. Do any of you guys...
What does God need with a starship? What?
No, forget that part. You just got the flying kitty woman.
Flying kitty. Oh.
Throw her in
now,
there.
you know what? Star Trek 5, for all its faults, I think that's another one that over time, if only they'd go back to it and fix those horrible effects, because I think that's what turns a lot of people off it. If they went back with today's technology, and the guys over at Corridor Crew, that's the name. There's a YouTube show. Bill, I'm sorry, I should ask permission before I talk about another show out on your show.
It's fine.
The Corridor Crew is a YouTube channel that centers on these half a dozen guys that they own their own VFX firm. They work in Hollywood movies and stuff, and they're very good, very talented. They did a short maybe 6 months ago. We redid the Star Wars Trench Run in a day, and they were very respectful. They weren't, oh, it was shit, we did it in a day. No, they, these people invented the technology. They're just showing how far it goes, but they can do that sort of thing when they put their minds to it. I would love to see them have William Shatner in as a guest, and they've done a few movies, up the special effects on them, and redo that and just give Paramount a taste and see if they'd be interested to throw some money into that and redo the effects for Star Trek 5. Because the story at its heart is real Star Trek. They're off looking for God. What bigger mystery in the universe? I think William Shatner had a right idea there. Yes, there were a lot of bumps in the road that we all agree. Cybok coming out of fucking nowhere, Spock's brother that we never heard about, played by Lawrence Luckenbill, who is, as I understand it, a very respected Broadway actor who's starred in a number of movies to some acclaim. Never quite made it big, but he was very well respected in the acting community. I remember everybody, the principal, Nimoy and Shatner, both saying they felt really lucky to have him there. I think they were talking, they were talking to a couple of people too that were kind of way out there, but the basic story wasn't great, but it was close to true Trek. They were off in search of something bigger than themselves. The hijacking of the Enterprise, I wasn't a big fan of. But I think it was the effects that really killed Star Trek V and why it's held up to such ridicule today. And if they redid those, maybe be looked at better. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, new special effects would help. And while season 2 of Strange New Worlds will explain more of Cybok, so that'll help.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they're going to talk more about Cybok in season 2.
Which, I don't know. You know what? I'm really enjoying Strange New Worlds, so I'm wishing them the best. I just don't know why they're dipping into this unnecessary well of trying to tie all of Star Trek together. We can have separate stories, separate things that happen. Again, just my opinion. Deej, are you a fan? Are you watching Strange New Worlds? Do you despise New Trek?
I just sat down, and since I've had a little time on my hands before all the fall picking starts, I've been going through these new shows. I will say Strange New Worlds is the best of them, even though it's got a lot of things that they've screwed up along the way also. But I am looking forward to season 2 because Carol Kane's joining the cast now too.
Yeah, what an interesting development. I got to admit, when I very first saw it, they didn't say her name, and I saw a very small, grainy, pixelated image on my phone, new engineer. I just saw a blonde, apparently middle-aged looking woman, and I was like, great. You know, I was hoping they'd give us, I was really pissed off they killed off the Andorian guy. I didn't like that at all. I thought he brought some positive energy to the show. The blind aspect for an engineer was kind of interesting with throwbacks to Geordie LaForge, but I don't know if it's the actor wasn't happy in the role or they didn't like him, but I had no idea why they got rid of that guy. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember the actor's name, but
I'm kind of hoping Carol Kane will play this engineer kind of like her ghost in Scrooge, so every once in a while she'll blow on somebody's stomach.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Star Trek's pulling from some legitimate comedic talent. Carol Kane, she's got roots all the way back to Taxi.
Yep, Lodka's wife.
Yeah, James L. Brooks is a fantastic show that brought us some great actors, brought us some great names into the house. Danny DeVito, Tony Danza, Judd Hirsch, Mary Lou Henner, and of course Jeff Conway, and he was the Klingon in Star Trek 3, whose name I couldn't come up with. I just said his name 2 minutes ago. Jim. He played Jim in Taxi.
Christopher Lloyd.
Whacked out. Christopher Lloyd. Thank you, Christopher Lloyd. Blanking on his name. Christopher Lloyd and Latke. I forgot his name too. But yeah, great cast, and Carol Kane was there for that, and she's been in a lot of other stuff too. So it'll be interesting seeing what she is. Is there any word on the type of character? Is she going to be a human? I doubt she's going to want to sit through all that makeup.
As far as I know, she's going to be human. I kind of thought after they did that episode where I basically call it the what if, that had Kirk in it. I really thought they were going to bring Scotty in the next season after they killed off the engineer, because they hinted at him on that episode, but nope, they're going with Carol Kane.
I'm kind of grateful they didn't. as much as I love Scotty as a character, I don't think I'm quite ready to see him come on that show and be another holdover from Pike's Enterprise. This all takes place after the episode that we got to know Pike from with Jeffrey Hunter, right? Like everything we're seeing takes place after that. His you know what I'm talking about,
After
like the
the
very
menagerie.
original, after the
After the-
menagerie. Yeah. So and the menagerie, he was well into the 5-year mission, right? So he's got a couple years left in this. What do you think about the storyline going with them arresting number 1 and taking her prisoner?
Now, see, the things I have to complain about with season 1 was them going back to Talos 4. That one annoyed the hell out of me. The whole
Did it?
bit with Spock and his betrothed, that annoyed the hell out of me.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, it did, because even though it was not stated, I will say that because I've gotten yelled at lately over that, it was heavily implied that they had not seen each other since they were kids.
Agreed. But just before we get off this topic, Deej, I just want to pitch out the small defense I got for it is I was initially uncomfortable with that, very much so. I do think they got a good actress for the role. I like her. And I got to admit, from a writing perspective, having Spock be kind of celibate isn't very fun. And promoting the relationship with Nurse Chapel doesn't seem in good place. Having this chick show up and give them a bit of history at least gives Spock a pretty girlfriend and makes it more interesting as a character to have relationship issues with her. But I agree. At first, I was not on board. The actress did win me over, but, to each their own. I completely respect your point of view. I'm just saying that for the show to continue,
I'm not knocking the actress in any way or anything else. I just don't think that storyline should have been there. I think they could have done something more with the flirtatious bit between Chapel and Spock.
Yeah, and I think there's room for that. The girl they got playing Chapel. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't understand that one either. Everybody thinks she's so hot, and I don't think she is at all. I just don't understand it.
Okay, I respect your view again. I
think this Chapel character is annoying as hell. We lost Red Shirt.
Oh. He's audio poofed.
The audio went poof.
Yep. He might come back.
Yeah, he might have to dip out and come back up. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm happy though. I officially got called a nerd.
That's good old Tom.
Usually I'm the least nerdish of everybody. Yes.
What's that, Richard?
Phone heated up.
Oh. Phone. Oh, jeez.
We got that conversation so hot that we burned up his phone.
Yeah, I guess. The StreamYard just really rough.
Yeah, it is.
On phones.
That's why you'll never see me stream from a phone on StreamYards. Hell no.
Well, some of us are just rich farm owners that can afford fancy laptops.
I'm not a farm owner.
No,
I'm just a farm lackey that goes out and works.
Oh, yeah.
Farm hand. I thought you owned the whole kit and caboodle there, boss. Seriously.
No, that's the way Orville Nation wants to keep putting it out there. I'm just a farm lackey.
Well, you got harvest coming up, don't you?
It's being postponed until Monday now before we start picking because we had to take both semis in to get work done.
Uh-oh.
What do you harvest? What's on your farm that you work on?
Corn and soybeans.
Okay. Is it sweet corn?
No, it's regular field corn.
No. Okay.
There also is cattle, but I don't do much of the cattle work until middle of winter
All right.
when we cut the testicles off.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Do you do that thing where you back the bull up to the gate, you get a pair of vice grips, grab its nuts, and snap the vice grips on it, and just let the
just run them down a chute, and they get caught in the lock gates, and the vet snips them off.
Do you ever dream that if you end up in hell, that's what it's going to happen? You get run down a gate and they snip your testes off?
No, but I've had to
take
tell
that.
the vet. I've had to tell the vet not to do it to me when I use that way to get out of the area.
No.
Yeah.
What can you do? So back to movies in 1987, fellas. What's your favorite memory? We're all old enough to have been going to the theater then. Do you got a couple of it? I remember the night I saw Predator, also The Running Man. I
Well,
was a big Schwarzenegger fan.
I remember Predator because that's the first R-rated movie that me and my buddy snuck in to go watch, and we couldn't believe they sold us tickets because we had no adults present.
Yeah.
They sold us tickets. We went in and watched Predator.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome. Yeah. At
The
the same Metro Center Mall where they filmed
The Walking Dead, The Evil Dead,
No.
Night of the Living Dead.
No. Bill and Ted's
Clerks.
Excellent Adventure.
Oh,
They filmed
the Pasadena Mall.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, that's cool. Predator, that's the one you remember. Nothing else? Nothing sticks out in mind? Then you can say, oh, yeah. I remember seeing that one too.
Of course, there's the
1987, Bill. Bring the list back up.
The Gate.
The Gate? Seriously? With Jurgen Prochnow?
Yeah.
Or is that, do I got the wrong, am I thinking of the wrong Gate?
No, it's called The Gate. It was a horror film.
Yeah, with Jurgen Prochnow about the Nazis. Or is that The Keep? I think I might be confusing The Keep and The Gate.
Yeah, I think you are.
Remember the one that had that evil fucking muscular fucking huge dude with the red glowing eyes?
That was The Keep, I think.
It was full of good masculine action. I can't do Jens's voice.
Yeah. Well, you
All
had
right.
so many great ones. Richard Eastwick, Dragnet.
Wow, you're picking all the hits.
Yeah.
Man, I had to go see Adventures in Babysitting just because Elizabeth Shue was in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
We all
fuck,
had a
yes.
crush on Elizabeth Shue. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
Coming
Who didn't?
Coming off the Karate Kid, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, she was something.
That
I saw that a couple of times in the theaters. Overboard, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn,
Yeah.
great movie, love it.
Well, we mentioned Mannequin earlier. Mannequin
Right.
I had a crush on Kim Cattrall because she was hot in the Mannequin.
Sure.
I liked it.
Fuck yeah. Kim
she was
Cattrall,
hot.
remember her in the original Police Academy?
She was hotter
Yeah.
than Porky's.
Yeah,
I always
but
wanted to make
Lassie.
her
yeah.
howl.
Yeah. What did they call her? Lassie.
Get her up in the equipment room, you'll find out.
Yeah. That's classic. And you can't forget Spaceballs. I mean, Spaceballs.
You can't forget, but Spaceballs, I'm not bad mouthing Mel Brooks, don't get me wrong, but I am saying that it's frustrating. It took him so long to get his shit together because, come on, when did Return of the Jedi came out in 83?
83. Yeah, 83.
So yeah, like it was only after then he decided, yeah, I'll make a space. Okay, great. It was just he just missed the mark. It could have been a huge hit for him, a huge hit, had he struck a few years earlier. Still, he left us with a great movie. Timeless.
Now, Not everybody can be as fast as Weird Al throwing out some kind of a parody.
No, you're right. It's just kind of surprising that he took so long to get, his shit together to
Well,
decide to do it.
I bet
Because
you
he put out,
a lot of studios
was
said,
prolific.
no way, hell no. They probably told him, no, we don't care if you are Mel Brooks. We're not going to make this picture. I'm sure he got a lot
maybe.
of that. You're going to make a parody of Star Wars called Spaceballs? Are you out of your freaking mind?
This is Jedi Bill's version of Pitch Meeting.
What was it? 20th Century Fox. What is it? They were the ones that produced that.
I don't know. Another underrated movie of '87 was Critical Condition.
Yeah, with
Richard
Pryor.
Pryor.
Oh, wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. To be honest, I don't really regard it as one of his strongest movies.
One movie I hadn't mentioned from 1987? Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, I brought that up
John
earlier.
Lithgow,
That was when I was reading down the list of the top 100.
Yeah, but we were so fast in talking, we would kind of.
Right. Well, talk about Harry and the Hendersons. Do you have special attachment to that film? Do you remember John Lithgow, as I recall?
It was funny. And
yeah,
the guy who played Harry, the Sasquatch, is the same guy who was in
Kevin Peter Hall
2 as the bad guy.
Was he? Who was? What was his name?
Oh shit! You can make me look it up.
Let me see if I can. So I can't look it up to.
Oh crap!
Harry and the Hendersons cast. John Lithgow, Kevin Peter Hall, Don Amici. Oh, I forgot Don Amici was in that.
Mm-hmm. What's this? Is that?
Yeah, that was at the end of his career.
Tom Noonahan played the Harry. Was also
well, Kevin Peter Hall played Harry for a while because he's listed here as Harry number 1. M. Emmett Walsh, great M. Emmett Walsh. You guys, a confusing name. You remember what was it? Blood Simple, the Joel and Ethan Coen's first film. He was the private detective / assassin in that. He was fucking great. He was in Red Scorpion with Dolph Lundgren. He was the American contact. Hilarious. Harry and the Hendersons. Let's see what else. This guy's been in 100 movies. Clean and Sober. I remember that. Clean and Sober is a pretty good movie. The Iron Giant. Fletch. Raise the Titanic. Blade Runner. Yeah, that's the thing we all remember him from. He was Deckard's cop boss in Blade Runner. The guy who referred to skin jobs as the N-word. Best of Times. Kurt Russell and Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Interesting career.
87 was a good year. I know it's not a movie, but it came out with one of my favorite miniseries too in 87.
Which was?
America.
What was it?
America, except it's spelled with a K.
America?
Yep. It was a 14.5-hour miniseries that had Chris Christopherson, Sam Neill, Robert Urich. It was basically.
I'm trying to look it up. It sounds familiar. Miniseries from 1987. Robert Urich, Chris Christopherson, and Sam Neill. America's been bloodlessly taken over. I'm just switching over to the IMDb page. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, the U.S. was taken over by the Soviet Union in a bloodless coup.
Leading to slave labor camps for some, collaboration for others, and rebellion for yet more. Chris Christopherson, Wendy Hughes, Robert Urich, Sam Neill, Ivan Dixon. Remember him from Hogan's Heroes?
Yep.
Let's see. A few other people you'd remember. Laura Flynn Boyle, Mariel Hemingway. Guys, you'd know their faces, but not their name. Dorian Harwood, Michael Hillier. Yeah, okay. Well, you're right. It's not a movie. It's a miniseries.
But still, 1987 was a good year.
Yeah,
Yep.
great year.
Lost Boys, Princess Bride.
Just let me bring that list up again. Top 100 for 1987.
Well, Roxanne, Bill Murray, Darren Hannah. That was good. It was good fun.
Top
comedy.
100 movies for
Can't Buy Me
1987.
Love. That was
Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol.
yeah. Comes in 44th worldwide box office for that year. It's Nuts, another Steve Martin film. Christmas film, right?
Don't remember. Hey, we got a TV movie, The Return of the $6 Million Man and Bionic Woman.
I don't remember that one at all.
How about Ernest Goes to Camp?
Yeah, that was, I mentioned that one a few times earlier.
Oh, With Nail and I? With Nail and I came out in 1987? See, I'm looking at a different chart. Now I'm looking at the highest rated or most loved films. And that came in at number 13. It's an interesting list. It starts off Princess Bride, Full Metal Jacket, Predator, The Untouchables, Wings of Desire, the Wim Wenders film, Evil Dead 2, Raising Arizona, Spaceballs, Lethal Weapon, and Au revoir l'enfance. So I guess it's more global. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Near Dark, With Nail and I, Broadcast News, RoboCop, Lost Boys, Empire of the Sun, House of Games, Prince of Darkness, Babette's Feast, Radio Days, Wall Street, Last Emperor, Good Morning Vietnam, and The Monster Squad, with Running Man and Angel Heart running out 26, 27, Hellraiser 28, Moonstruck 29, and The Hidden number 30.
Okay, I'm going to ask
And it goes on, but
I'm going to ask you, what
Yeah.
do you think was the worst movie in 87?
that's an interesting question.
Well, I called it Ishtar.
Nope, I can think of one worse than that.
Worse than that?
Yep.
What?
Jaws, The Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we talked
pretty
about that.
horrible.
Yeah, it came up
Yeah.
before Michael Caine one.
Yeah. Like
That was horrible.
Yeah, but Jaws the Revenge is what do you call it's a magnificently, spectacularly bad film. It's a watchable bad film. It's so bad you actually have fun watching it.
Second
And
worst
watching
movie.
Michael Caine in such a bad movie is also kind of a pleasure because he is consistently the best thing. Like when he's on screen, you can't take your eyes off him.
oh, bestseller with James Woods and Brian Denny.
At least-
Here's another bad one. Whoopi Goldberg and Fatal Beauty.
Ooh, that sounds horrible.
yeah, that one is worse than Superman 4.
Now here's a good one with Rutger Hauer, Wanted Dead or Alive. Came out in 87. Oh God, Madonna's Who's That Girl? That one's pretty horrible.
Hey,
I mean-
there was Back to the Beach back in 87 too now. Come on. And
What's that? Frankie Avalon?
Steel Dawn. What was the movie you thought was going to be good, but you remember kind of sucked? I remember Steel Dawn for me, thinking Swayze was, he was pretty close to the height of his popularity. Thinking, yeah, he could do a Road Warrior type movie. He's pretty versatile. Roadhouse. What year did Roadhouse? Roadhouse must have come in at 85 or 86. And yeah, Steel Dawn was fucking bad. It was a terrible movie. Like on so many levels.
Roadhouse was 89.
Was it 89? Okay, so who knows? I guess it was before that. What was his hit before that? I knew him from something other than The Outsiders. I think that might have been his first movie. It's a lot of young Hollywood guys' first big movie. Tom Cruise, I think, did The Outsiders before he did Losing It. C. Thomas Howell, Ralph Macchio. What year did The Outsiders come out, Bill? Was that 86?
That was no. That was like 82, 83, I think.
82 or 83? Really? That old? Okay.
Yeah. Here's one. Chuck Berry's Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll. Yeah.
1987.
Hey, 1987 had the Disorderlies too, and I saw that in the theater and I laughed my ass off on it.
Oh, here's another bad film that had Prince. Sign O' Times.
Sign of the Times. Wow.
Yeah, that was with Prince. It was pretty. It was. I have never seen it, but I just from the reviews, it was so bad. Didn't want to go see it.
Throw Mama from the Train.
Yeah, I didn't like that much ones either.
House 2, the second story.
My Demon Lover.
Creepshow 2.
Creepshow 2 wasn't too bad.
Born in East LA.
Yeah.
That wasn't too strong. That wasn't a very good movie.
Oh, that's because it didn't have Chong.
Yeah.
Amazon, it was kind of disappointing. That was wasn't that who's the guy that was Politically Correct in that? Bill Maher. Bill Maher, didn't he do Amazon Women on the Moon?
Shit, there were so many people in Amazon Women at the Moon you can't really put down because Steve Martin was in it, Ed Begley Jr. was in it, Steve Guttenberg, Arsenio Hall, Howard Hessman, B.B. King was in the damn movies, for crying out loud.
Wow.
There's a Bird of Prey 5 movie, Orphans.
Orphans.
Albert Finney and Matthew Modine.
'87. So now I got to work up one for the films of '88. Or I can go back. I did one on films of '86. Today, '87.
Did you skip any years, or are you going year by year?
I started out with '86, but I should go back.
Really. Go, but just for shits and giggles here, just to play devil's advocate, I'm going to put in top 100 movies for 1980 and read the top 10 to you, and the top 20 rather. For 1980, this is what you got to work with: The Shining, Raging Bull, Airplane, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Blade Runner, Amadeus, Platoon. Wait. Platoon? What?
No.
Did you mean top 100 movies of 1980? I put in top 100 movies of 1980. Yes. What did you give me? Popular 1980? No, I don't want popular. Okay, fine. Give me popular.
You had Flash Gordon.
I think it was, it was a mixed list that I was giving you.
You're crazy.
They were going for ADs. Yeah, Flash Gordon, 1980.
Yeah,
great movie. The Blues Brothers. The Final Countdown,
Stir
Blue
Crazy.
Lagoon, Caddyshack, Somewhere in Time, which fans of Star Trek II, Nicholas Myers should like. I think he did that movie. Elephant Man, that was John Hurt's first big movie
Yeah,
with
9 to 5.
The Fog, Airplane, Dress to Kill, American Gigolo, The Shining, Superman 2,
Friday the
Popeye,
13th.
Friday the
Yeah.
13th, The Empire Strikes Back. Shit, Bill, how did you ignore Cruising, Al Pacino, Stir Crazy?
Well,
The Gods
9 to
Must Be
5?
Crazy. I
Oh,
love The
yes.
Gods Must Be Crazy.
I love that movie too.
I saw that in the theater like 10 times. It was in a repertory theater that played up by
ooh,
me.
here's a Western I didn't do from 1980, The Long Riders.
Oh, okay. The Dogs of War, Big Red One, Little Darlings, Manic, City of the Living Dead, My Bodyguard, Smokey and the Bandit 2, Any Which Way You Can, Cheech and Chong's next movie, Private Benjamin, The Hunter,
Stir Crazy.
Steve McQueen, Where the Buffalo Roam, Motel Hell,
Yeah.
Terror Train, and Inferno.
I
Jesus,
love
Billy.
I love Motel Hell.
Motel Hell? Yeah.
I love that one. Has Beulah Ballbricker from Porky's in it.
Yeah. Battle Beyond the Stars. Holy fuck.
God, that's like a B movie.
That's a
B-movie.
classic B movie. A classic. That's the one. That's the only starship that's got boobs.
Is that how you remember it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the.
Bronco
That was,
Billy was 1980.
That was a retelling of Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, and that had George Papard in it, along with John Boy. Hang on, let me bring it up.
No, don't forget the Hollywood Nights.
But that was 1982, wasn't it?
No, that's 1980.
Wow.
Richard Thomas, George
Love
Papard,
Hollywood
Robert Vaughn, John Saxon. Great movie. Battle Beyond the Stars. Oh man, you're selling that one short. A
I've
classic.
actually got Hollywood Nights on DVD.
The Final Countdown. That's a classic. Kirk Douglas, Martin Sheen, Catherine Ross.
They try to stop, but they think they're going to stop Pearl Harbor, but they decided not to because that would change history.
Well, no, the time portal was closed, and
Yeah.
they'd be trapped forever, and they'd change history by being there
And come on,
and
Mad
by
Max.
saving
I
everybody
haven't
at Pearl
seen
Harbor.
it in ages, so I definitely need to rewatch that one for sure.
Mad Max came out in 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, you've
Yeah.
done your viewers a huge disservice.
And Get Smart, the nude bomb came out in 1980.
Well, okay. Next one
Did
I do will be on
Yes.
the class of 80. I'll be
Popeye came out in
class of-
1980. Prom
Yeah.
Night came out in 1980.
Oh yeah.
The Private
Raiders of the Lost
Eyes.
Ark was 81. No,
The Private Eyes with Tim Conway, Don Knotts, and the Wookiee.
Yes, I love that one. Wookalar.
Raging Bull.
Suck your brains right out through your nose.
That's another one that I have on DVD. Because I don't think you can find it on Blu-ray or 4K or anything. But I was able to grab myself a copy on DVD,
Yeah.
which I am going to convert to a digital copy.
Now, a horrible movie that from AD was Saturn 3, but
Oh.
Yeah, that was Saturn 3
Saturn 3 wasn't a horrible movie.
Was that
Come on.
for Sean
That
Connery?
was Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas had
No.
what? Saturn 3 was 1980, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which one? Which sci-fi film was Sean
That was
Connery
Kirk
in?
Douglas, Farrah Fawcett, and the guy that lost his job on
Harvey Keitel.
Apocalypse Now.
Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel, yeah. Right. Harvey Keitel. That was terrible. Dubbing Harvey Keitel was a huge mistake. What the fuck was that about? That was strange. Especially watching it today, now that we all are very familiar with Harvey Keitel's voice. But yeah, it had the robot. a big murder machine that they needed to mine fucking space ore or whatever the fuck it was. Kirk Douglas having it off with a woman 35 years his junior.
And if Midnight's Edge is still in the
Classic
chat,
sci-fi movie.
his favorite, Xanadu.
What year did Outland come out?
I don't know. '81.
Every time I try to ask the
81.
movies of the 80s, it comes out like it gives me 80s, not AT.
81 was Outland.
81, okay. Yeah, I thought that was pretty close. That was good. I liked Outland. Did you ever see Outland, Deej?
Outland wasn't bad.
No.
You kind of got
Had a good vibe. Fame.
Got John Travolta's Urban Cowboy in '80. Somewhere in Time with Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve, '80. Johnny. Shining. There you go, Bill. You got a ton of movies you can go through for 1980.
Yep, definitely. Well, I need to wrap this because we got karaoke coming up soon.
Yeah. You don't want to miss karaoke.
Now we're gonna do karaoke. But sun dropped out again.
Yep, phone's taking a beating.
Oh.
Taking a beating, wrapping it up. This
Yep.
sounds going too sexual here. Let's get the hell out of here before it gets worse.
All right. Thank you for dropping in, Deej.
Not a problem.
If you want
I
to
had to-
join karaoke, look for the link in the stream. So
Oh, I might just lurk. I don't think I want to sing.
okay. Well, I don't know how it's gonna go. So see how it goes.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you all for watching. Hope you watch the replay. Remember to share it out. Hit that like button. Appreciate it. Subscribe to Deej Odyssey here. And let's see if I can get your link in the chat. All right, let me... Currently at yeah. Please subscribe to Deej if you haven't already. And
I had a few that subscribed over the 48 hours and they unsubscribed.
what? There's a
Buggers.
Deej's link right there. So let's for this minute. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, subscribe to Deej Odyssey. Well, I'm gonna get ready to take a little break before this and karaoke stream.
Come
Thank
back
you all
to
for coming.
karaoke, folks.
Yep. We'll catch you all later. Thanks for coming, Son of Red Shirt. Sorry. But we'll see y'all later. Join us at karaoke in just about 45 minutes. So see you later. Till then, bye.